Okay, welcome to the Tuesday edition of Right Line Trading Live Futures Room. Okay, let's get the disclaimer up here so everyone can see it. We're not giving any type of investment advice. All right, everyone got that? Let's get back to our screen. Hopefully, I'm just doing a quick sound check. Hopefully everyone can hear me. It's always a little bit of a challenge in the morning. And here we go. The market just opened. Okay, let it settle in a little bit. Okay, market's open. Let it sink in a little bit. So everyone, I just want to do a quick sound check for everyone on YouTube. Everyone can hear me okay? All right, we've got another big wick pushing this trade up. Perfect. All righty. All right, now I've got two charts that I can use here. I've got the standard money flow tracker chart, which I like, which has a little bit of a modified twist with the scalper in there. And what I like to do is I've been going back and forth all week, trying different things. I'm just letting the market settle in. I'm not looking at any trades right now. Always want to have my bias. That is like the main thing. I like to have structure. This is looking pretty good, but you know what? When I get a big swelling candle here, it always makes me a little bit nervous with the way it kind of like inhales and exhales. What I like to do is I like to get bias here. And then I'm looking at my 50 range chart. My 50 range chart, look at that, is going to give me it kind of like steers the boat here, and then I pinpoint the trade over on the 8 uni. Now there's two ways you can look at this. And I also have what's called an explosion indicator here, and I have a squeeze indicator here. This is an old indicator that you can find on NinjaTrader, but it works really, really well in conjunction with our money flow tracker. You have to modify some of the brushes, but other than that, it works really nicely. Trying to get Sergio to work on our own squeeze indicator. Now, there's two ways you can look at it with the squeeze. You can look and wait for an orange dot, and acceleration dots. Look over to the 50, and now I'm looking for bias. And I'm looking for brushes going up. Or the market internal, which is a really nice indicator. The other chart I like to use is this one right here. This is a really abbreviated version, meant more for scalping. I put these two indicators in here, and I'm just looking for, again, bias, orange. I'm looking for a market internal, which are these triangles. Now I'm starting to get something on the 50 here.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Oh, I don't know if I had a market internal there.
Stop filled.
Whoa. What happened there? All right. Well, you know what? I didn't have a... Well, I had a pretty good brush up there. Well, you know, it's all about probability and predictability. Sorry for that pause there. Oh, it's this is called a WADA explosion indicator, and this is a squeeze indicator. I think it's called a TTM squeeze indicator. Like I said, it works really well. Now let me throw this. Let me put my other charts back up here, so I can see what happened here. Now you know what, this I would have taken. No, I mean, it happens. You get some losses. I mean, like last week when I was doing this, I had some big losses, and then I ended up profitable at the end. It does happen. And here again, it all goes back to when you're using any type of trading, you know, it's predictability versus probability. You know, all we're trying to do is create a system of trading that gives you the greatest probability. You can't predict the market. Indicators are meant to be a tool to increase your probability. Okay, so with that being said, let's look at our money flow tracker. I'm starting to get
order submitted.
No, you know what?
Order canceled.
Sometimes these things can switch. And that's what I like about the buy on up close feature, because if you just did straight buys on some of these, you'd get beat up a little bit. Yeah, TTM squeeze. Yeah, and it works really, like I said, it works really good in conjunction with the money flow tracker. And they're free on NinjaTrader, and it really works good with that. The auto trade, this chart I had up here, this is like kind of like the one they have in the auto trader chart. And what I like to do is I like to take these charts and say which is Which is the easiest for me to see?
Order submitted.
Now, here again, don't know if I like this completely because this is a pullback here. Now I'm on a flat trend line too. So you know what? I'm going to close this
Order
out.
canceled.
Couple rules. One, if you're using the 50 to help steer the ship here, okay, you've got to be careful about trading on a flat 50. In fact, what I like to do, it seems like I'm all over the place here this morning, but the market's moving. So when it gets flat like this, what I have a tendency, what I like to do, is I like to get my drawing tool and I take my region and I look and say, okay, all along this yellow line, I can take the top and the bottom of this. And I'll put it on all the charts. And what that tells me is as long as I'm in this box, there's no trade. And that's what I like about the when the 50 goes flat, it can keep you from getting in trades too early. It just for me, it's a nice tool to use with the money flow tracker to really protect myself. Now I'm getting bias here. I'm going into the 50. I've got structure. I've got background. Okay, now I'm looking for a reason to get in. Well, this might break. And this is what I like about the 50 range chart. Now that looked like that was about to go. Big pullback, separate, big wick candle. This 50 will act as support or resistance, and it will many times hold the candle, hold the bar, or it will pause the bar. A pause can throw a big wick. I'm not using right now. This is more for the money flow tracker system. I like to manually trade when I'm at the computer. Other times I like to manually trade the auto trade system, and that's when I just let it go. And I manage the trades like Mark does in his YouTubes. But this I like to there's some people who like to manually trade, and I'm one of those people. I have about an hour and a half every morning to manually trade before I go to work, and I enjoy both. I guess it's more of an old school approach, but I like taking the money flow tracker and the auto trade system together, and I kind of mesh them together to what makes sense to me. Now, over the years, I found out that this 50 this 50 range chart has a lot of let's just say it has a lot of wisdom behind it, because it will stop a trade, it will push a trade, it just acts as something that I find very I hate to use the word predictability because trading is not predictable, but it helps me make decisions. You want to be more in auto and out of manual? Okay. Well, we've got both. We've got the system that can accompany both auto and manual, or a combination of the two. Okay, now I think the path of least resistance is going up here. So let's be ready for. Now what I'm looking for is just a little more of a. I like to be able to get into a trade before this thing. Now notice how we drew that block, how it never got out of it. Okay. Yeah, I like trading both, actually. What I think is maybe the best combination is probably maybe managing the auto. I know it kind of takes a little bit out of it, but I think that's kind of important, especially if you're looking at hitting certain profit targets. See, I like going for 500 a day. That's my goal. I get 500, I'm done. Okay, now this may have been able to give you a first target, but it never, we had that pivot here, or volume zone, and it didn't get you out of it. Yeah, I think all are good tools, and the way that the specials that they have right now, you can't beat it. And for me, I like the Revo and the Auto Trade and the Money Flow Tracker. I have everything. Had it for years, and the best thing about our right line trading is their customer service is by far the best out there. Okay, here we go. Okay, give me a reason now. Give me a reason.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Well, I'm surprised some of these aren't moving a little bit quicker. There we go.
Target
Come on, there
filled.
we go. Now, I have...
Stop filled.
Got stopped out.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Come on. What's going on here?
Stop filled.
Oh my gosh. Come on, Craig. What's going on? Looks like I'm going to be trading a little bit longer today. It was so funny. Yesterday, 3 trades, I was done. Today is going to be a little bit longer. Now, here again, I'm trading with, and it could be partially my NDT I have set up. I have a 35 stop loss, $80 profit target, and I trail it by $100. Okay, that's how my NDT is set up. Now, why that didn't run, I have no idea. We got in right here. The brushes were good. It just fizzled. And I had the market internal on here. If I go jump onto the next chart, let me see. Yeah, this was well, if I get another loss, I have to. You are absolutely correct. He is the best customer service. And they're always looking to improve, which I think is a real something that I appreciate. Okay, so when you're dealing with the 50 range, when you're dealing with any type of, look right here. Okay, oh my gosh, look at this big pullback. Okay, and I gotta be careful here. It's tapping the 50. Now,
Order submitted.
Nope.
Order canceled.
Not gonna take it. I only want to take these while these brushes are. Once these brushes start thinning out, you can still take something. Maybe if it's a big wick sticking out, as long as my brushes are up, and they are.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Oh shoot! I just went flat. Come on.
Stop filled.
Oh my gosh. I'm breaking my own rules. Okay. Gotta get my head back in the game here. I just told you not to take a trade. Well, these went back up. Didn't have my, here we go. Oh my gosh. What I was about to say was you basically, with the 50, you have pullbacks, you have fresh crosses, and you have continuations. Now, pullbacks, I don't think give you the best probability, although I tried to jump in twice here. I like trading on the fresh cross when the 15 crosses the 50. Now you could say, well, hey, you got a fresh cross here. True. And I always like to take a trade on the crosses here. The 50 was
Order submitted.
I don't have the best structure here.
Order
I'm gonna close
canceled.
it. Okay, money management, I should be out of this. I should be done. Made some bad decisions. Should just pull the plug and live to trade another day. But I will press on. Did I say there was news today at news today at 7? Okay. I haven't had a day like this in weeks. Yeah, the bots have come a long way since the beginning. Okay, I've got good bias. I've got a fresh cross here. It's going to happen right at the news. Son of a gun. Now it's going to mess all my charts up. Okay, well, let's just let the market get back into shit. Look at these this wild candle here. Let it just do its thing. Then hopefully we can settle in. I can get some money back here. Like I said, typically this would be a trade I would take. Right here, this fresh cross here. This is good. This, you know, other than the market going wild here, this is what I look for. This is a perfect setup. Going right into a C2. This can work here. Here again, this is more like a gap trade. You'll start getting structure here. This was a continuation, but it was, you know, I didn't really realize, you know, this thing started all the way back here. Then kind of bounced along. You got some movement in here. This was pretty much the last part of it. You know, it worked. You just had to be a little bit more precise. And if I had my 21 chart up here, 24 chart, you would see what I mean by the gap. Basically, it's a break on the 30 chart. Okay, let's get back into our trading mode again. Sorry. Again, a flat trend line. I have good brushes though. I got green bias.
Order submitted.
Oh, didn't take my order. Oh, son of a gun. Well, that's disappointing. Okay, just looking at things. I'm not sure why that didn't take my trade. Consumer confidence up slightly. New home sales down 17% month on month. Well, now I don't like the bias here. I like my brushes up. Don't like the bias here. Don't have any quants. Okay. Okay, green bias, good brushes. Okay, give me a reason to get in. I could probably, where is my little blue line here? There we go. I draw it over these lines here. Okay, it's just chugging along here. Now, I've been tempted to use the other chart, but I'm not going to do that until I have a little more practice on it. Well, the 15 never got above the 50 here, so what is the path of least resistance? This is all squeezed together and twisted on the 1 minute. I'm just dancing along the 50 C line here. Well, we do have I think a pretty hang on. I'm reading the questions here about using Bitcoin to bring down the national debt. I think we do have an administration that's going to be crypto friendly.
Order submitted.
Wow, every time I'm trying to...
Order
Nope,
canceled.
it's not going to happen.
Order submitted.
My brush is up there. Nope, not going to happen.
Order canceled.
Done a little bit too late on that. Should have jumped in on right over here. Kind of flew past me a little bit. That's why I kind of like the other chart, because it shows me my market internals. I'm kind of going back and forth. Okay, so now I got to break this. Well, I think it will hurt the U.S. No, well, you know, it's not like the USD is backed by anything, so really, what's the difference? Okay, I'm getting gone flat on my 8 uni, which I don't like. Wow, this is okay. This is not telling me anything right here. It's below the 50. My bias isn't there. Brushes aren't really that high. I know what I'm looking for. I'm not getting it. So this is not, for me, tradable yet. I need my brushes up to be in an area that looks like I want to trade. Now, I like my quants, like my bias, getting a fresh cross. I really want to see my 50 range bias kicking in. Yeah. Now this probably would have been an auto entry here. Gee, my brushes just aren't there yet. See, personally, I like to see more of a asset-backed cryptocurrency. Then I think something like that could be used more for a global payment method. I like the concept of it, but I like things more asset-backed, personally. Okay, all right. Here again. This is looking interesting, but it's just not quite there yet for me. I know what I want to see, and I'm not getting it yet. I want these brushes. I have one that's going to get off the flat trend line. This is pink. Yep, here we go.
Order submitted.
No, I don't like going into my VWAP either.
Order filled.
There we go. Probably just be a first target. We'll see. I go right into my VWAP, right into a volume zone, but let's see
Stop
if it just
filled.
No, it's not going to do it. Now I'm going to have to break this. Wow, congratulations. Oh, can't be. See, part of the challenge here, I sit and I'm looking at the questions. And I got to focus on the trading. Okay, here we go. No, I'm not. I can't take this yet.
Order submitted.
We're going to get through this. Nope.
Order canceled.
What's squeezing it? Okay. It looks like it's going to attack the VWAP again. Let's see if it just goes back to the 50, resets and reloads. Going right into my 50. Here again, sometimes if you can handle these pullbacks, I've just never had consistent success with them. Looks like we're going to go back and attack the VWAP again. We got a volume zone. We really need to I'll just post this out to the room. What market do you like to trade? Do you like the NQ? Some people like the ES. I used to trade oil. That was kind of my market of choice. I settled into NQ, but it can be it can definitely some days be a challenge. Okay, I've got my quants, I got background, going right into my 50 here. Let's see if the brushes get over and the C signal gets over the 50 here. Then we might have some movement. Nice pullback, but don't quite have any separation yet. Don't have the greatest structure. They're all twisted together. That's why I think it approached the 50 here and it's just not doing it. Nice pullback. C2. Let's get that brush up. Okay, I've got my bias that I'm looking for. Just don't quite have the explosiveness that I'm looking for. I need to see it get below this volume zone. It's just hanging on the VWAP right now. It's usually when you get one of these, whatever you want to call a rocket, a hammer, like this, usually at the up, down like that, usually will push it right through. You even got a market internal on the other chart. Just not enough yet. So we sit and we wait. No, I don't have. I have a lot to make up here, so I don't. You know, you don't want to get impatient either and start making boredom trades. You have to let. And that's the one nice thing, or one of the many nice things about the auto trader is you don't get bored because it just trades for you. The bots don't get bored. Okay, starting to, got to get through my 50s. Okay, we're through. But didn't clear. Just took off on me.
Order submitted.
I don't have the bias I like. I've got a big pullback here. I've got there we
Order
go.
filled.
What's it waiting for? Come on.
Target. Stop filled. Order submitted.
Nope.
Order canceled.
Well, I might just be picking at it little by little. I'm only getting first targets. I like this, but it's just not.
Order submitted.
Not my favorite. Because I lost my green, so I'm not really thrilled about this.
Order canceled.
Almost sounds like I'm getting full losses and first targets. It's like a sad country song of trading. Okay, I've got the makings of something to go, but it's just not quite there yet. Yeah, we got nothing. Nothing that looks the greatest. I mean, this is showing a trade potentially that the auto would take.
Order submitted.
I'm not saying I'm in love with this trade here. Nope.
Order
Not taking
canceled.
it. I'm waiting for my bias. Waiting for my bias and my brush, because they usually don't fail me. Going right back into the VWAP and the volume zone. We've been there before. Look how twisted up this 50 is. Is it going to give me my fresh cross separation that I'm looking for, just like we look for on the 8 uni, or is it going to stay twisted? There we go. Okay, little head fakes here and there. Let's just see what we can get. Looks like we're in that box again. Probably draw it. Yeah, you could draw it from here to the volume zone. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Give me a reason. I'm waiting on
Order submitted.
Do I have to punch through here first? Maybe I do. I'm gonna
Order
Nope.
canceled.
just waiting for the setup. Thought we might have had it on that one, but it okay. 50 brushes, get dark green and above here. This looks good. I don't like that bias.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay.
Stop filled.
Oh, come on. No, we're picking at it.
Order submitted.
Nope.
Order canceled. Order submitted.
Oh, hang on a second.
Order filled.
Didn't realize I was going into a 1 minute volume zone here. Don't like this at all, but I think we might be okay. There we go. Give me some green daylight here. Nope.
Stop filled.
I didn't see it. My goodness. I had it hidden up there. I wouldn't have taken that trade. Okay, 15 minutes. Let's see what happens. Well, let's pay attention to this 1 minute here. Okay, my brushes are nice and above. My 50's above. My bias, I don't like that, but let's move this up to here. Well, I've had better days. And it's going to collapse. Okay. Well, just chalk it up to a day. Let's see what the next 13 minutes bring, 15 minutes brings us. Really don't want to do a pullback. And maybe it's just getting ready for the I can't imagine it waiting. For the FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee meeting minutes. It could be. That's still 3 hours away.
Order submitted.
Okay, I'm going to take
Order filled.
a reversal here. I don't like these because they're going right into the 50. I'm going to pay for this. I'm getting green. I'm getting a red brush. Maybe it'll pop. Probably should just bail out, but this looks like if my 1 minute swells through, I might get it. Now this is based on something the auto trade might take. No, it's done. It might have been a little. That's one thing about the auto trade. It gets in, it doesn't hesitate. Whereas see, I just don't like taking. I might have gotten in a candle too late on this pullback. Yeah, I'm done.
Stop filled.
This should have been on this candle right here. Oh man, this is a disaster. It's just not quick enough. To get the first target here. Here again, you got to follow the rules. Would I take this into a 50? What did I say? Every time, don't take things into a 50. Wait for your brushes and then let it rip. That's what happens when you you reduce your probability by half, I think.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Did it not take my order? That add injury to insult there, man. Didn't fill me. Oh, that's just wrong.
Stop filled.
Then you get a bad fill to boot. Oh, I'm done. This is This is just not a good day today. It happens. Not often, but it happens. That's when, remember I said when I was at like money management, I should have stopped a while back and I didn't. There you go, right there. There's your lesson. Just like you have daily limits for your goals, you should have daily limits for your for any losses. I've just been a little too slow today. Not yet. Oh my. Okay. Are we going to be able to get another trade off today? Again, I could draw my box along here. It's not just really needs to break through here. Well, okay, got my brushes where I want them. I'm below the 50. It's starting to break. It's going new. Well, not quite there yet. Like I said, there's two ways to look at that. You can look at the first explosion and see what it looks like over here, or you can trade off the 50, enter over here. Haven't quite, since this is a relatively new indicator for me that I've tweaked, I'm not quite sure how I want to trade it yet. I might trade it with the signal C signal over here, but then I don't see my candles on the inside. Well, okay. Chalk this up as a day in the life of a trader. You just hope you don't have. I traded too much. That was a part of the problem. Okay, lessons learned. Okay, let's see if we can get another trade in. Don't have my brushes here. The 1 minute doesn't look too bad. Still not what I would consider a good candle. My 8 uni's not set up yet. I'm starting to get my quants bias, but it's flat. Still a flat 50 on my sorry, let me get this microphone back over here. Still not there yet. Very kind of choppy, non-directional market here. It must be waiting for the 11 o'clock news.
Order submitted.
Interesting.
Order
Not gonna
canceled.
happen. Well, I think that is it for me today. Well, let me close this room down here. Okay, we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Well, not the YouTube channel, but my other room. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's hope for some better day of trading. With that, I say goodbye. See you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Okay, for the YouTube room. Well, I've had better days, that's for sure. Let's see. Let's see if we can get one last trade kicking in here. Still flat. Don't have my brushes. Big pullback.
Order submitted.
Don't have my brush here. Let's see what happens. And it's flat. Probably need to get out of this range here. I'm just going to do one little last trade here. Don't like that it's flat. Look, I don't like my brush here at all. This brush needs to be green and above the explosion line, I think. Absolutely, really awful volume here. This is like pre-market volume. Let's just see what happens.
Order filled.
Going into a C2, well, that shouldn't be too bad with a power dot. That's usually a pretty good sign. Got to get this brush up. I don't want to see a red candle form in here. That's not the best background bias either. It's a flat bias on a 34. This is still pretty strong. This is weakened. It's got to turn around on me. Just no volume. This is usually when some volume starts to kick in. Probably should have pulled the plug on this, but let's just see what happens. It's dancing.
Stop filled.
All right, that's enough pain for one day. All right, everybody. Just don't trade a flat trend line. I mean, this is what I've said that before. This is where the pivot is. We need to break the pivot. Although that looked good, it was on the other chart had the market internals and all that. Maybe getting in back here would have been okay. Oh no, I've got some delay. Okay. Well, that's it for me today. Everyone have a blessed rest of your day. We'll see you back here next Tuesday.